All right. So we're at Peter Mendel's studio here in Los Angeles. The illustrious Peter Mendel. An incredible board with just all kinds of really cool hand-picked pedals and just uber luscious sounds and a lot of specific stuff. So, all right, what do we have?
All right, so basically the head of the rig is a Blankenship. Basically, it's a Variplex, but it's been designed by Roy Blankenship, who builds the Variplex, to be more as close to an original 50-watt Marshallplex as you could possibly be. So it's got the mustard caps, it's got the super lead on one side, the super bass on the other side. It's got the Mercury transformers, Mercury choke, all that kind of stuff. It's going through one cab is a THD that usually has a port in the back, and I plugged it up with a piece of wood. It sounds way better. It has the scumbacks, 75-watt greenback scumbacks in there. And this is a Carry Wright cabinet, 4x12 with the original grill cloth from the 70s stuff, and that has actual 71 25-watt blackbacks in it, which is freaking awesome. I'm sagging the whole thing down with a Variac down to 90 watts, 90 volts AC off of it instead of 120. The board is powered by a Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2, nothing exciting there. First thing in the board is an original 1978 Mutron 3, not the Has, but the actual Musitronics. And it goes into a King Box Wah, 1967. Original, we found a guy who had 25 of these brand new in a box. I got lucky enough to buy one of them. Into an Octavio from Dunlop, except this one has had all the resistors replaced with carbon comp instead of carbon filters, so it sounds a little sweeter than the newer stuff. This Germanium Experience is one of 20 that will ever be made, ever. The guy Craig Burkos makes them in Santa Monica. It is a direct replacement from the Dallas Arbiter whatever fuzz face, the original stuff, but he's made them a little sweeter, and the cool thing is he includes a low cut. So this would be all the way through, no tone control whatsoever, which as we sound on most fuzz faces, just flabby on the bottom, and you can actually take out some of the low end, so it sounds a little more like an overdrive pedal instead of a fuzz. The KR Music Mega Vibe, the only vibe that sounds like a real old school one.
This thing is huge. It's like, what, 5 inches deep?
Yeah, and it's also on a lift, so I can get to it.
Nice.
This is a Hermida, or Hermidia, whatever the hell he calls it, a Zen Drive, which everyone's heard of, I'm sure. But this one's been modified to take some of the high end out and a little bit of the squeak that a lot of them normally have, done by Burkos Effects. The guy built this, modded this one for me.
Burkos.
And this is these two pedals are both from a guy named Greg Walton in Houston, Texas. He has a company called Exact Tone Solutions. His whatever you call flagship pedal is the Precision Overdrive right here, which is based on a Tube Screamer. It's got the RC4558 chip, like most of them do. And then this is his Pegasus Boost, which is just straight transparent lift up until about 12 dB, and then it starts to break up like a Fender, which is pretty nice. Going into a Empress Super Delay, but it's the unfinished model, which I was told, and I believe now after I've heard it, that it actually sounds different than the original painted versions because of the way the ground works with the box, because the box is so big.
Really?
Your tone is actually a little bit different with the unfinished version as opposed to that. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of playing. This guitar is not anything super special. Oh my god, it's all low now. This is a Mexican Tele, a Road Worn series, but it's got the Kuwabara pickups in it, which are the broadcaster pickups from Kuwabara. She winds Teles and Strat stuff for Tyler Guitar, and she worked for Schecter, and now she's in LA making the best, unbelievable pickups you could possibly imagine out of Tele stuff. Alright.
That's awesome.
Oh, so there's the vibe. can add a little boost. The Germanium Experience fuzz, I usually start around 7, and you can hear the different sounds. Starts out a little thin, you can start turning the volume up. Sounds like an overdrive, actually. All the way up. The Zen Drive. A little bit of kind of a light thing. Boost it up a little bit. And then the precision. Very, very tube screamer sounding. And then my personal favorite, Tron. Let's give it a little more gain. That's it.
That's it. Awesome.